Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn Game UX channel, where we talk about UX UI design for video games. Today, we're talking about something that often gets overlooked in game development: UX and UI design. Video games are more than just entertainment. They're immersive experiences that transport us to new worlds, challenge our skills, and spark creativity. But no matter how compelling a game is, poor UX and UI design can ruin the experience, leaving players frustrated, confused, or disengaged. In an industry where hundreds of new games release every month, understanding UX and experience design isn't just a bonus, it's essential. So let's break down why UX/UI design is a must for video games, backed by design principles, UX theories, and insights into Western player behavior. Number 1, UX design is player-centric. Great design starts with empathy. UX, or user experience design, is all about understanding what players need, how they think, and what challenges they face. When it comes to video games, this means designing interfaces, navigation, and controls that feel natural and intuitive. What are the key UX principles in game design? First is, visibility of system status. Players should always know what's happening in the game. That means clear UI feedback, like health bars, quest progression, or interactive objects that stand out. Next is match between system and the real world. Games designed for Western audiences often align with real-world metaphors. Think about red for danger, green for safety or progress. These are visual cues players instinctively recognize. By following these usability principles, game designers can create more intuitive and rewarding experiences. Number 2, retaining players. Through seamless design, Western players, especially in North America and Europe, expect efficiency and ease of use in design. According to Jakob Nielsen's usability heuristics, reducing friction points in the user journey is key. What are examples of bad UX? Confusing menus, cluttered layouts, slow, unskippable onboarding, unclear objectives. Any of these can cause players to quit the game entirely. Many Western gamers prefer learning by doing instead of reading long tutorials. A good example is Ghost of Tsushima and Breath of the Wild. Introduce mechanics naturally through exploration. No excessive text boxes required. A bad example are tutorials that interrupts gameplay with endless prompts can feel more frustrating than helpful. What is the cost of poor UX design? If a game feels frustrating or unintuitive, players are quick to leave negative reviews, quit playing and switch to another game, discourage others from buying it. A frustration-free experience leads to higher player retention and better word-of-mouth marketing. Number 3, UX enhances gameplay with consistency and feedback. Even the most innovative gameplay can fall flat if the UX and UI design are clunky or inconsistent. A well-designed interface ensures that every part of the game, from the main menu to the pause screen, feels cohesive. Why consistency matters? Western players expect familiar UI patterns. For example, a pause menu is usually mapped to escape or a dedicated controller button. Health and stamina bars are typically at the top or bottom of the screen. Inventory systems are usually use grids or lists with clear, readable icons. Breaking these conventions without a good reason can confuse players and pull them out of the experience. All of these small details add up to a more immersive and satisfying gameplay experience. Number 4, designing for delight. Creating memorable experiences. A great game isn't just functional, it's memorable. Don Norman's 3 levels of design explain how UX shapes our emotional connection to a game. First is visceral design. The first impression: stunning visuals, smooth animations, polished UI. Next is behavioral design. This is how the game feels to play. Intuitive controls, responsive UI, and clear objectives. Lastly, reflective design, creating a deeper emotional impact and how the game leave a lasting impression. A game that balances all 3 keeps players hooked and engaged. Number 5, balancing creativity, art, and usability. In a crowded gaming market, creativity and UX must work together. A well-structured UI guides players' attention naturally. Objectives should be clear and easy to find. Health and stamina bars should never be buried under distractions. Menus should be readable, uncluttered, and responsive. Players generally prefer clean, minimalistic interfaces that prioritize functionality over excessive UI elements. A great example of minimalistic interface for a game is Tunic. Tunic lets players focus on exploration and battle instead of cluttered and too much text on the UI and screens. A beautiful game is only great if the UX and UI support the player's experience. UX and UI design are the unsung heroes of game development. They bridge the gap between gameplay mechanics and player satisfaction. A well-designed game is not just playable, it's enjoyable and memorable. As the gaming industry grows, mastering UX UI isn't optional. It's a necessity. That's it for today's video. If you found this insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into UI UX design for video games. What are some of the best and worst UX UI designs you've seen in video games? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.